Hi guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is DeLady Designer, and today we're here with a Frontier Unlocked extra live stream. Well, we're not going to watch the whole live stream, I just actually did, but we're just going over all the things. It's not that much, but all the things that they told us or that they showed us that I do find interesting. If you want to see the whole live stream, I'm not entirely sure why they didn't also go live on YouTube, but I will be making sure that you can watch the whole live stream on YouTube as well if you want to. So this one will be uploaded at the same time as this video on the channel, or approximately around this time. Unfortunately, I was not able to go to GamesCom myself this year, so I was not able to play the demo, but luckily Frontier did play the demo themselves to give us all an idea of what people are able to play if they are going to visit Gamescom. So if you are going to Gamescom, you are still able to play this this demo yourself as well. So without further rambling and talking, let's just jump right into it. But before we dive in, I would love to thank the sponsor of this video, Surfshark VPN. But first, what exactly is a VPN? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, and it's like having your own private connection on the web. With Surfshark, you can place your phone, computer, or laptop virtually in another country. Why is that cool? Well, let me explain. For example, I can still binge watch my favorite show Orphan Black via VPN in America, even though it's no longer available in Europe. It's like unlocking a secret vault of shows and movies from across the globe. And when you're traveling, there's no need to stress about missing your favorite series or local programs, because Surfshark lets you access most of your favorite websites no matter where you are. Plus, you can explore TV shows from other countries that might not be accessible in your own. It's like expanding your entertainment horizon with just one click. Now, let's discuss privacy. Companies are always tracking who you are and what you're up to online. Surfshark helps you browse them safely without them collecting your personal data. And here's a fun fact. Ever noticed how flight ticket prices sometimes spike? Some websites use cookies to inflate the prices. With Surfshark, you can get better deals on those websites by keeping your cookies to yourself. And it's not limited to just one device. You can use Surfshark on as many devices as you like, so feel free to share it with your family and friends. And the best part, you don't have to hesitate about getting a VPN. If you use the link in the description, my special promo code DeLady, or simply scan this QR code, you get an incredible 84% off and get an extra 4 months for free. Plus, you can try the VPN risk-free with Surfshark's 30-day money-back guarantee policy. So what are you waiting for? Give Surfshark a shot and experience the internet like never before. Stay safe, stay secure, and happy browsing! So to give you a little idea of what they are showing during that live stream, they're basically just walking around the booth and just showing a little bit of how everything looks like. They're talking with some people right over here, how they are experiencing Gamescom. They're talking with this lovely lady here that also played Planet Coaster back in the days and Roller Coaster Tycoon. So they had a nice chat with her, and he was just walking around here checking Gulpy out. And there's also like this ice cream booth right over here, so he actually did do like this poll on Twitch being like, okay, what do you guys want me to eat? Different flavors of ice cream. Now it makes me wonder, like, maybe we are able to do a little bit more in the shops. I'm not really sure if that is really the case or that this is just something to fill up the booth. Anyways, they are selling ice cream. They have an ice cream shop with like strawberry and vanilla and chocolate flavor, and the poll was what to eat, and everyone chose sprinkles, so he was actually eating sprinkles and he felt really, really bad of giving that option as well because it was horrible, he said. Anyways, okay, so here we have the beautiful Lisa, which was also working on Planet Zoo. I met her at Gamescom as well, I think. She's an amazing girl from Belgium. She is now working on Planet Coaster 2, obviously, and she was playing the demo. Now, they did have a little talk right now, but nothing really much to tell. So when you're at Gamescom, you will be able to play like this Gamescom demo, which is like 15 minutes of exclusive gameplay. So you will have a few, let me just scroll further, objectives. So build 2 flat rides, build a new coaster, build a pool, build a new flume. So yeah, a few objectives, which she did not all do, I think, because, well, she built a coaster, but it was just a blueprint. So we're here at the same map that we already did see during the deep dive. Talking about deep dive, that is actually very exciting because next week, which is probably the 28th, if I remember correctly, so Wednesday, I'm not really sure if it's actually during the Frontier Unlocked live stream or that it will be just a video uploaded to the Planet Coaster. Well, it will be uploaded to the YouTube channel of Planet Coaster, of course. There will be a very exciting deep dive about... Deep dive? Did I just say that? Deep dive about the creativity in Planet Coaster. So that is going to be a very exciting one. I know that a lot of people are very excited to hear more about coasters. Well, I'm not that much, so for me, it's very exciting to see. She's actually going over some rides here, so that's why I'm pausing here. But I'm very excited to see more about the creativity in the game. So yeah, we should definitely stay tuned for that, and we'll keep you guys posted. I'm sorry, I have been working all day. Got home to watch the live stream and now recording, so I'm a little bit like high in energy at this point. So we have the tiny eye. Oh, wait, did she just go? Wait, we just misclicked here. So we have the resort tiny eye, resort themed tiny eye. So this one is obviously decorated with some scenery pieces, but you're also able to build a new one. So these are basically all the flat rides, including scenery already. And I think she will be hovering over more of the rides. I'm not really sure if it will be right now. She will be showing the flat rides here. I actually think I missed it. Let me just double check here. So let's see if we can try and pause this right over here, because she is going over a few of these rides just very quickly, but just so we can see maybe some names or whatnot. Is this the part? So we have the teacups, which you already did see. We have the moonsault, the forge, and the tiny eye. And then she goes back, I think, to building one of the rides. Wait, was that also a forge? I think it was. Yeah, this one definitely looks the same as that one. So this is probably, yeah, these are the aquatic themes rides. And this is also the teacups ride. So I think there are just 4 rides here. And then different themes around them, something like that. Okay, so if we just continue a little bit further, we can see the forge right over here. And I still do notice that there are no queue lines. They're not building any queue lines. I know that in my previous video, I did mention like, hey, there was like this queue line just in the middle of the plaza. And some people were like, yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. Like, I can't imagine that you can't or don't have to build a queue line, but it actually does look like it, that you have the option to just keep it like this instead of adding a queue line, and that the guests will just create their own queue line. So that is actually quite interesting. So let's just continue a little bit further because, well, as I said, there's not that much new to show, but here we can see also the 360 power, the behemoth swing, the forge, frenzy frill, monsoon shoot, the radius, teacups, and tiny eye. Other than that, we can't really tell anything new, I think, from here. So yeah, we have the 2 rides right over here, right next to each other, which is just freaking fantastic to see how much you can customize yourself with these rides. Man, I just can't get over it. It's just so amazing that you can just customize your rides yourself. So let's just continue. They're doing a little bit more talking right now. Here we have some coasters. So we have the Grand Coasters Worldwide Wooden, so a wooden coaster. But I think we already did see this one as well in the deep dive that we saw on YouTube a few weeks ago. So I'm not expecting too much here. Yeah, this ride definitely is the same. I do recognize the queue line and the pathing, which we talk about a lot as well. So I'm not going to bother to wait too much here. This is actually quite interesting because this is the pool tool. Now, they did already tell and show a little bit about it, but it's always great to see this one in action again, because how easy it is to have like these stems and just to scale the stem right over here and have the edges. Like, you still have the freedom to just create your own swimming pool however you want, basically, but it's also easy if you are just able to stamp it. So I just love it how diverse it is. Like, you can go from pretty simple basic swimming pools to go completely crazy and just do whatever. So it's so promising. So it's just super exciting. So she did place down, like, can we just show that? How easy it is to just stamp it. So you have point snapping, stamp, grid, rotation, and boom, there you go. You have a swimming pool. And then she will put down a few pool extras, as you can see right over here. So we can see like this plank and inflatables. And this one is actually quite interesting because this one is like a lazy river. Was it a lazy river? She will go over it. And in just a bit, I think. There she goes. She's just showing. These are the lifeguard chairs, I think. Not entirely sure what she was hovering over right over there. Are we able to pause it right at that second? It doesn't look like it. So the lifeguard chair it is. Oh, it's going so fast. I'm not able to do that, I think. And she will also show the Lazy River Jet. Now, this is also very exciting to me because I was a little bit worried that you would be making like a different swimming pool here, and that will be the Lazy River Jet. But it actually turns out that you can put down these Lazy River Jets, which gives you more freedom. So you can create like a very narrow swimming pool and then add the Lazy River Jet. And I hope it will be the case. But if I remember a Lazy River Jet, that would be like a one-way swimming pool. You know what I mean? So yeah, this definitely does feel to me like give you so many more creative possibilities to create a lazy river however you want it to be, and not being like a standard river and that you can pick only the size or whatsoever. So I'm super excited to try this one out. I think actually this is something with waves, so I'm not entirely sure. But I feel like this has to do something with a wave pool or something. So that is how you can create waves in these different areas. Also, by the way, now that I think of it, she actually also did show swimming or wading depth. So I think wading would be like the inclined swimming pool. I'm not entirely sure if that is a translation. I'm Dutch, so wading is not really a word that I use very often, but wading probably that you can walk through it, or I'm not really sure how it will work. Like, will wading be just a very how you say that, not too deep water where you can walk in, or will that also be the transition in between like deeper water and wading water and anything in between? Or maybe there will be more options here in that. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so that was definitely very exciting. I was actually quite surprised about the fact that these inflatables are props that you pretty much plop down and then the guests will use it. I was actually thinking that you will have the shop and then the shops will be selling the inflatables and that the guests are carrying these inflatables. On the other hand, I can imagine that if you have 100 guests all with an inflatable and then you have a swimming pool with all those 100 guests in there with these inflatables, that it will be just a big mess here with all these kind of, I guess it might technically also not work super well, so they probably just rather see you adding like maybe 10 inflatables in here, and then the guests will be able to use them, something like that. I'm not sure, but it feels this way. So we have the changing rooms here. They are, for me personally, just a different look of a toilet building with a new function, I guess. They are putting down a blueprint here with one of the slides, and then the last thing, they're actually not really doing much. They're just decorating the ride right over here and just adding some scenery on top of there, just to show you guys how that works. There are actually some special effects right over here, which I think I totally missed out on. Wait a second. There is also a lot of stuff right over here. I hope we did not miss too much here. But there is... Okay, can we scroll back? It's hard to tell. It's so fast. Okay, let's just put this one on. Yeah, these are definitely aquatic pieces. It does look that way, like this is something like you can create a submarine or something like that. There is... Oh, I actually can confirm, for those that didn't see other footage of Gamescom, that there are curbs and barriers in the game, so I really like it that from the get-go we now get those instead of like having to wait for a long time for them in Planet Zoo. So yeah, it's hard to tell here because of the bar here, but there are also a lot of pieces you can tell here from Planet Zoo, and also a lot of pieces I think from Planet Coaster as well. So it will be a nice mixture of the two of them, which is really nice because we can pretty much just ask Frontier, like, if we're really missing out on some pieces and they didn't add them yet into the game, like, oh, could you please add this part of like beams or whatsoever. I don't know, it's just really nice to see them reusing it, which is also, I guess, not really surprising, because in the end of the day, it's a Planet franchise, so it's going to be in our advantage if they are going to reuse a lot of the items over and over again, because that means that for a next game, they will be able to put their attention into newer pieces on top of the pieces that we already have. There is actually, I'm not really sure if you can see it quite well, there's actually something here that looks like a tunnel or something. I'm not entirely sure what kind of piece this is. It is a grid piece. There are grid pieces here, and there are pieces without a grid. This is definitely a grid piece. So as far as I can tell, grid pieces you cannot resize, but all the other pieces you should be able to resize, which is also really nice. There are some canopies here, picnic benches, and more aquatic themed pieces. I actually didn't see much yet about the recoloring, but I think as far as I can tell, there is going to be a lot of recolorable options. There are some octopus signs here and a crab. There are tons of pieces here, which is quite hard to get over, but yeah, if you want to see that all in depth, you could also just rewatch the stream and just put it on slow mode without this annoying bar in front of it. There are some corals right over here. I'm super excited about the corals, but I guess you guys can tell by now with all my scuba diving videos that I'm a huge fan of anything aquatic related, because I love diving so much. There are VFXs right over here, which I just mentioned, which is a pity because you can't really tell, but okay, this looks like a fire icon to me, and there are like these little icons pointing upwards, so this could be like a small fire, medium fire. Oh, that would actually be really nice, actually, because I remember with Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster that you are not able to tell. You had to hover over the items to know if it's like the small one or the medium one or the large one. Now this actually does feel to me that this is their way of pointing out to you how big the piece is, or if it's a small one. There's some nice there's a starfish, how you call it, a sea star and some fish shines right over here. There's some nice trees. This looks like some kind, I don't know actually what this is. This is the giant squid. These are probably all the animatronics. Okay, so let's continue a little bit further. So yeah, these are, can we see that? Like now she's hovering over it, but it doesn't look like there is a name appearing on top of it, but that's totally fine. Okay, so she is, there we go, fire small. So yeah, I think that pretty much confirms what I just said. So this is the small one, medium one, big one. It's all fire. I guess that's all we can tell. A special effect fire. I don't think she is actually adding the special effect on top of here. Top guest thoughts, important stats. Yeah, okay, so let's just continue right over here. And oh yeah, this is the last thing she was doing. There's only 31 seconds left. So she's just decorating the ride here with different patterns, different colors, and you can just see how easy it is to change the whole vibe of the ride, I guess. Obviously, it's only 15 minutes and only a few minutes working on this ride, so she wasn't able to tell too much right over here, unfortunately. Now, so this was pretty much all the gameplay, and this is Arthur, I think his name is Arthur, eating some sprinkles. This is him showing what kind of ice creams there were, so chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, and yeah, him eating sprinklers, and he was really regretting. This is a little bit of water to try and get it out of his mouth. Anyways, okay, so they did also show a little bit of how they created the trailer and what, so these are the capture artists, and what they did to create the trailer, or what they tried to think of when creating the trailer. It's actually quite interesting, not that much new. They were also talking about how they created the art piece, so I hope there will be like this concept art book, because that would be just super fantastic. And what I actually was surprised of, but I wasn't quite sure if this was something new, but they were talking about this specific art piece, and he was actually drawing, I'm not really sure if we were able to see it, a little car at some point on a ride, but it didn't feel like a coaster car to me, and it made me wonder. I hope I can. Let me just try and find that, because it's going pretty fast, and there's a lot here that is already something that we saw. So let me just find that. Right. Okay. So this was the concept of the artwork, and I can only imagine that the guy that created this artwork did already know what kind of things, what kind of rides will be in Planet Coaster 2. At least that is what I assume. I mean, if you're going to ask an artist to create an artwork and he doesn't know what kind of rides will be in the game, he's creating rides in the artwork that won't be in the game, then that would definitely be weird, right? So yeah, this immediately dragged me to these cars right over here, which makes me, even though this is a coaster track, I mean, he must have seen something about an actual car. This is not a coaster car, is it? I don't know. It might be. Either way, it will either refer to a ride with like a slow ride, a kiddie ride, which I would absolutely love, with like dark rides, with like this little car track, for example, or this will actually be a car coaster ride. I'm not entirely sure about that last bit, but that could be. Don't pay me on this one, okay? Nonetheless, this is definitely really cool to see. There's also a ray right over here. I'm not really sure if that will be like an animatronic or something like that, but that could definitely be super cool here. There's actually a ball in the water that might not be a thing in the game, although why not? I mean, you can see people splashing and playing in the water, so why would a ball not be also an option to later be able to add in your swimming pools? But these are like the small little things, I guess. Other than that, I can't really tell if we are able to see anything new. I can, okay, that is actually a thing. There is a Is this a spaceship or is this a cowboy hat? If I look at these dots right over here, this is a spaceship. So does this confirm to us that there also will be a sci-fi theme? That could definitely be a thing. I mean, we all would love to see more themes like Western theme and sci-fi theme and fantasy theme, which are like very common things that you see in theme park games. So that could be a thing. Now also, what is this monster here? I'm not really sure, but this could also be part of something that he maybe saw that will be in the game as well. I'm not entirely sure. Don't pay me on this, but it could well be something like that. Either way, to the artist that created this concept already, this is just mind-blowing. Absolutely fantastic. I wish I had the creativity to create these kind of things. Really, really good. Now, this pretty much already sums up most of the things that are interesting for this live stream. I'm definitely looking forward to the next deep dive, which will be all about creativity. One more thing that Arthur, I think it was Adam. He was actually talking with Adam later on, and as far as I can tell, there wasn't really that much new information in there, except for the fact that he did mention that, like, that new cactus entertainer, which I cannot remember the name of, but we've all seen that one already in other deep dives and screenshots and whatnot. He actually belongs to a new shop that I can't remember hearing about earlier, but that's called Viva La Vegan. So he is like, I don't know how to call that. He's the entertainer, like the brand, like, just like we had Street Fox Coffee or Tiki Chiki, but he is part of the Viva La Vegan brand or whatnot that will be in the game. So that is also quite cool to know that there will be another type of shop together with an ice cream shop. But we already had Cosmic Cow ice cream, even though it doesn't really feel like we're getting Cosmic Cow ice cream in the game, but they did confirm Cosmic Cow, didn't they? I think so. Anyways, that's not super important, but it's just a fun thing to also know, I guess. And while I'm actually trying to wrap up this video, I actually realized that they are showing some more concept art right over here. I'm not really sure if there will be anything else new in here. I was actually thinking at first glance that there was maybe like a log flume or whatsoever in this artwork, but it doesn't look like it. This is another one. Oh my goodness, this artwork is just so fantastic. So we have like a how you call this, hanging coaster? I don't even know how these coasters are called. I'm not the department for coasters, guys, but I am hopefully the department to give you guys tons of inspiration once we get our hands on this fantastic game. Is there anything else new in here? I don't think so. We can see a little bit of the Tiki Chiki theme in here. No, it doesn't really feel that way. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fantastic how they just colored? Oh, wow. Yeah, this is really cool, by the way. I love it. I think this is also a screenshot we did already see. Is there anything? Look how realistic this actually looks. The graphics look fantastic. That is really, really cool. Anyways, okay, do let me know in the comments down below your thoughts about the little information that we got here and some new footage, and let me know if you're excited for Planet Coaster 2. I know I am definitely super excited for it, and definitely stay tuned for more information next week with the deep dive number 2 about creativity, guys. Oh my goodness, I really cannot wait. Leave a like at this video if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And yeah, I just really do hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, guys!